Hey, it's Becky here with The Creator and Me. Welcome or welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing a dining room makeover. It's much needed for us, but you're going to see us build a dining room table, not an in-depth tutorial, but our process, and we'll have a few new pieces of furniture and do some decorating. So disclaimer, we have chickens. Noisy little critters here in the background. We're raising baby chicks right now, so hopefully that's not too annoying, but stay tuned and let's get started. So here's where we are. 2 IKEA captain's chairs, a dining table we were blessed with, simple seating that's wipeable, a fiddly fig that's too big for that corner, and tape on the wall. And now we're going to take this cute little hutch and move it here at the end of the hall. I'm going to go ahead and empty the piece out. I've always loved having it here since the day we moved in. I felt like a little hutch would be perfect on this angled wall. It's not very deep and it's just got those cute glass doors, but I felt lately that this space is very crowded. We walk through this area to get behind my husband's recliner down the kids' bedroom hallway, so yeah, we just wanted to change. And I'm going to go ahead and make this repair to the bottom of this cabinet. This piece fell off when we moved it in and I never put it up. So I'm going to go ahead and pull it here to the end and take a few shims and shim the cabinet up so everything is level. So I'm going ahead and giving my dining room chairs a quick wipe down, get everything freshened up. We got these chairs as a 4-pack off Amazon for like $125 each. So we ended up getting 2 sets, but I landed on Facebook Marketplace. I don't really know the brand name. Target chairs in this beautiful black solid wood chairs off Marketplace for so affordably. I got the 6 chairs for $200 and the stools for $150, and that is such an amazing buy. I'm holding up my old chairs to the new one and they're inches lower and inches less wide, so I'm so pleased with the fit and comfort of the chairs. It was such a good purchase. I have been scouring lately for new wood chairs and the price is astronomical. So the fact that we were able to upgrade from our old set here, which we were able to sell affordably to my brother-in-law. I mean, the Windsor style chair seems just classic, even though it is trending right now. I found these on Target's website and a 2-pack was $650. So I feel like it was such a win. So let's go ahead and talk about the tape here. I have been saving up for 2 pieces of furniture for storage. I don't have a lot of space, so I of course went to the hemness shoe cabinet. It is something that I have a hemness pieces of furniture in my house already. That's my bedroom furniture, and that white finish can hold up to the test of time. I'm telling you, I love these pieces of furniture. You just can't go wrong. It's a great investment. Good solid wood pieces. And the only thing plastic on these are the little shoe inserts here that you see me assembling now. And otherwise, I just absolutely love these pieces. So I got one in and stuck the other one side by side. So I'm trying to make them look like one piece. It's kind of like you would have a buffet in your dining room. That was the look I was going for. They're not deep enough to really utilize as a buffet to serve or anything, but I just love having these extra bit of storage. Here we're going ahead and pre-drilling new holes because that panel did come with old holes in it, but it didn't match up with our studs. So you want to make sure this is screwed into studs because it only has 2 legs and that support is necessary. So we've got all the pieces put together and absolutely loving the look and finish of these pieces, and they're nice and shallow. So here's the top. Luckily, I was able to push them over to have them join at the center, which just created more overhang on the left and right, but it was so easy to just reattach and make it look like one solid piece. So I had to go ahead and put the feet on the piece, but skip this one. So you could see, to have things centered in my dining room, I had to push them off to the right, which stuck this leg right on the air vent. So I did not add that foot to compensate for that little bit of height of the air vent. And on to the fun part, a little bit of decorating. I knew something needed to be over these cabinets, and honestly, I just wasn't sure whether I wanted to do a large canvas or maybe, some large picture frames from IKEA. I bought these to either go on the angled wall, like up and down vertically, or here, and I decided, since I only had these purchased, I'm gonna go ahead and make them work. It was really fun to be creative and like kind of spontaneously place them where I needed. I realized things were shifted to the left a little bit, so I was trying to pull more baskets off to the right, and that's where they were, and this is where we finished off. I added 2 baskets of my own on the bottom and the right side that were a little more dimensional. I actually had them as like trays kind of, but I like the mix and match of these. I love the coloring. It's very neutral. But this is where I got my inspiration from. Not very neutral, beautiful colors, a variety of baskets. This is one of my clients' homes, and yes, I got permission to share this, but I love the basket wall idea. So let me share with you my dining room inspiration. This is what I drew from. All have similar things: a nice neutral brown table, black chairs, white surroundings, or a buffet. So here we go. We're getting started on building our own table. And I wanted to go ahead and take what we had and elongate it, because our dining room is a little bit awkward thanks to our angled wall. So we're throwing Craig jig screw holes in here and getting everything ready to join this tabletop. This is just simple 1x12 pine, nothing fancy, but my husband and I work together on this, and I love it, and he's kind of like, I'm doing this for you. But the Craig jig was our best friend. We were kind of trying to figure out how to join these best, because when you join wood with these screws, at that last second screwing it in, it'll lift the piece you're joining up because it draws that screw into it. And we kind of had a little bit of unevenness going on, and it was frustrating. It was really, really minor, but as a tabletop, when you're wanting it perfectly smooth, it was just a little bit frustrating. But we went ahead and glued the table up and got it screwed together. Is where we are at. You can see we built this long narrow table in comparison to the old one, which is around 6 feet and much wider. This table is currently about 8 feet, so it's a little bigger than what our space can afford, but I'm checking out these legs. They're a little spindly than I would prefer. I usually like chunky legs, but we're talking price, baby. I couldn't afford them big chunky legs, so we just went to Lowe's and scooped those up. But here's our new chairs, and you could see it was so tight at the old table. There just wasn't enough length there. By the time the captain's chair butted up against them, there was an extra like 6-8 inches, the back of the gray chair. So these are as tight as the black chairs can get, and I'm looking at where the captain's chair rests against them, and I'm seeing, yes, I like that, how far the chair is from the tabletop. So I realized we needed to cut a few inches off of our existing table so the chair sat against the table nicely like this, but otherwise I'm racking my brain trying to get the right size dimensions and not make any mistakes, but either way, I really am excited of how the table is coming together. We're going to build a nice deeper apron. I'm wanting a more primitive style. So here we're just measuring where we need to place the drywall square to go ahead and get a straight cut to get the end of the table fresh. And here are all of our apron pieces with pocket holes ready to go for installation. We're getting glue started. We're going to go ahead and just build this apron and get these legs attached. there she is upside down, but we did about a 2-inch overhang, and so the legs are about 1.5 inches. Pocket holes everywhere. So we pocket hold the apron to the top and then the apron to the legs. And I feel like we did the best we could to get everything as square as possible. We're cutting 2 runners now to put in the center to give that center a little extra support to endure our family, but it's a lot longer than our existing table and a lot more narrow. My family's kind of like, I don't know, but we'll have to see. No, we do not serve food at our table. It's usually on the peninsula or around the kitchen, which is a disaster right now. So this is merely for eating, and I wanted enough room with the new bar stools because they're deeper, and now we have our cabinets here. So narrow was the way to go, narrow and long, to make room for chairs. I can't wait to flip this thing over and start staining and give it character. To finish the table off, we just laid 1x2 underneath the apron here with about a 1/4 inch reveal. I like how it extends that apron and just gives it a little extra character. I gave her a coat of wood conditioner, then I've applied our first coat of stain in Special Walnut, and I went ahead and made sure to lip it over the edge of the apron, all through the underneath side of the tabletop, over the legs. The legs are just beautiful. The kids are helping me flip the table over, and oh my gosh, look at these 2 tables side by side. That's just crazy. We lost a little bit of width but gained it in length. We made a huge error though. We accidentally drove our pocket holes from the apron too deep into the tabletop, and that had holes and screws sticking up everywhere. It was so sad. But before I repaired that, I noticed the legs absorb the stain differently than the apron, so I threw another coat of Special Walnut on there to even it out. I love my little helpers. That was my boy sanding things down after we pulled out every pocket screw, cut the tip off, and put it back in so we could fill holes and sand that top. So I'm going over the top here with Special Walnut. It didn't exactly go on as even as I hoped. There's a dark streak down the center. So that board you saw was my tester, and you could see things wound up a little bit darker, and I balanced that out with adding a coat of sun bleached. It lightened things up a little bit. Good stuff. I even bought the little cans. Working on a budget. So here was the before and the after. I must say, I love the wood tones of the table. That Special Walnut gives it a nice soft brown, and that sun bleach just added this light hue of gray on top. I was able to use the sun bleach in areas that were a little darker than my liking, and still it just gave everything a nice even look. I coated the table with 3 coats of poly acrylic, so it's a nice water-based finish. I sanded in between each coat, and so hopefully this tabletop will stand the test of time, and if not, I know how to get it the way I need it again. I gifted my fiddle leaf fig tree to a friend and went ahead and purchased this olive tree, a 6-foot tree from Amazon during Prime Day. I love that it's light and airy, but since my furniture is off-centered in this space, I knew I needed something in this corner. So I went ahead and put bags in here to just hold up my moss, just to finish this pot off. And overall, I just love the light and airy look of an olive tree. I do think they're kind of trendy right now, but overall, I just needed something a little bit lighter. The fig tree was heavy, and the other real plant I had here is a little too low. So I really like the look that we have going here. I was a little nervous because this tree came in 2 parts, and I thought, oh, that's going to be so noticeable, but you can hardly see this seam. It's nice and rounded, and they join together tightly on this little square rod. So I rotated it a few times to see which direction I wanted the branches to flow, and I really, really love this tree. For only $50 in a cheap $13 Better Homes and Gardens vessel, I'm one happy girl. I'm going to be honest, I have already given my family the please be nice to the new table talk. So I pray this thing serves us well for years to come. So far, we're really loving it. And I'm really thankful to share this with you. And I look forward to seeing you in the next video, Lord willing. Bye.